Hello everyone, welcome to our channel CSE GURUS. Shravankumarmanthri here. So we'll go to the next question in the Hackerrank. In the algorithms, we'll go for, of course you need to select algorithms, or else you can click here, prepare, go to that algorithms, then click on subdomain which is implementation. So here we have done with these questions, and now we are going for breaking the records. You can check for the link in the description given below. So let us see this one, how to answer. First we'll see the problem statement. Maria plays college basketball and wants to go pro. Each session she maintains a record of her play. She tabulates the number of times she breaks her season record for most points and the least points in a game. Points scored in the first game establish her record for the season, and she begins counting from here. So that means every time when she scores some points, she is checking with is it record breaking, which means let us suppose initially the score is 12. So that means initially no record breaking, 12 is the initial score. If she scores, let us suppose above 12 and below 12, that is record breaking. Let us suppose till now what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. Minimum value is 12, max also 12. Now if she scores 20, next 24 here, so that means maximum it is crossing 12, so maximum, so that's why maximum count is 1. Now let us suppose the range is from minimum is 12, maximum is 24. Now she is scoring 10, that means crossing the 12 minimum, so that's why 10 here, minimum count is 1. Now she is scoring 24 again. Is it crossed the record? Is it record breaking? No. So let us suppose if she scored 28, that means it is greater than 24, so 28 and it is record breaking. The max count, max is 28, and the record breaking which will become 2. Now she scored 15, let us suppose. The records are from 12 to 28, so 15 in between, so no record breaking. What if she scored 8 only? So which means less than 10, so record breaking for minimum. So that's what indirectly it is asking. Initial for the initial records, is it record breaking for the minimum, record breaking for the maximum? That's what you need to check it out. So how many are there? You have to count them and you have to print them. That's what it is asking. Anyway, here we'll see with the example it is given. So it is how many times it has to be returned here. You have to return an integer array where index 0 for minimum, I think, right? For making most points, maximum, index 1 for minimum. It's quite simple if you know how to get the maximum and minimum. So now here you can see, I'll try to go for this one. So what is the minimum initially? 10, max also 10. Now count I'll make it. Min count is 0 initially, max count is also 0 initially. Now what about 5? It's a record breaking, less than 5, that's why min count is 1. 20, it's greater than 10, that's why 20 here, max count is 1. Again 20, it's not record breaking. 4, less than 5, so min count will become 2. 5, 4 to 20 in between it is, so no record breaking. 2, less than 4, so min count is 3. 25, greater than 20, so that's why max count is 2. 1, less than 2, so min count is 4. The answer is 4 and 2 final. You can see max count is 2, min count is 4. So that's what you have to print it here. Now we'll go for the answer. We'll try to write it. It's absolutely easy if you go for how to get the minimum, how to get the maximum. Now I'll try to write the code here. Anyway, first you need to declare the array also here. So I'll declare the array which is static int. The size of the array is, of course, the result array where I have to store 2 values only, that's why static int result of 2. Now int I to iterate the scores array. Now also you need what is the max to be stored every time, what is the min to be stored every time. Anyway, both are to be initialized here. Max equals to min equals to initial value. What is initial value? Scores of 0. So max and min, scores of 0. Now I'll iterate from first index because For the first value, no need to iterate anything. So I equals 0, I less than, what is that, scores underscore count, I plus plus. Now you can see here, if what is the current score, which is scores of I, is it greater than max? So if it is greater than max, which means record break, and point number 1 is max to be updated now as scores, max to be updated with the value which is scores of I. At the same time, record breaking, just update in result of 0 plus equals to 1. The same I'll check it out here with respect to minimum. If scores of I is less than minimum, then min equals to scores of I, and also result of 1, that must be updated in result of 1 plus equals to 1. Now once it is done, finally you have to return what is the result array, where when you want to return array in C, you have to first store the array size in result underscore count, which is the format in the Hackerrank. So result underscore count, what is the size of the resultant array? 2, and you just return that array, return res, which is result. Now here you can see that's what it is given here, result count, which when you return an array, so what is the size of that array you must mention. So I've taken the array result of 2 and max min, which are initialized to first value, then comparing. If it is greater, the current element is greater, max to be updated, and at the same time it's record breaking, that's why update in result of 0. Similarly for the minimum record, update in result of 1. Finally returning the result array. Just we'll run it, we'll see for any errors. Semicolon is missed here also. Two test cases passed as of now. Now if I submit the code, all the 14 test cases are passed. So like this, easily you can write the code in C language. Now going to the Java code. So here you have to take it as a list, and I am writing the answer here. Now you can see here what variables I need. We need to store max and min. We need int max and min. At the same time I want to store the count, max count and min count. Okay, I'll store it initially, okay, which starts with 0 anyway. And finally I want to store it in the resultant list. So what is a list? I need to create it, right? So list of which consists integers. So what is the list name? Something like result equals to new array list, which you have to write, which is of integers. So what is the size of the array? You can mention here, which is the 2. So this is what you can mention. Now iterating the first, of course the for loop anyway I can use iterator, where I'll take for integer I. What is I have to take from scores. So it takes each and every value in the scores array, checks first if what is that, I is greater than, of course max and min are not yet initialized, max equals to min equals to scores dot get of 0, the first value, right? First value I'm assigning. So now if I greater than max, so now I have to write two things. One is max equals to I and count, max count plus plus. At the same time, if I less than min, so two things again, min must be updated, equals to I, min count also to be updated, plus plus. So how many times minimum record is broken out and how many times maximum record. So finally the values which we got it has to be stored in the list. So how to store? So what is the list name we have given? Result dot add What is that? First max count. So second result dot add min count. So that's what finally return. What is that result? So this is what I've written here. So here taken the variables and created a list where I have to store the final value. Max and min are initialized with the first value in the array, that is a list, and each time I am taking the iterator I value is each time what is the scores. For example, first it takes actually 10, right? Anyway, not a problem, right? 10 is checking with 10, not a problem. Is it greater than? No, it won't update. And here also I less than min, so that also will check. And next value 5, it will check with it. If it is true, max count will be incremented, or min count, which is true, which condition is true, then only it goes inside. So let us say for any errors. Yeah, absolutely fine. 2 test cases here passed. And what about the remaining test cases? Yeah, all the test cases are passed. 14 test cases passed. So this is the code in Java. So this is the entire code in Java. Now we are going for Python too. Python also. So here I am writing the code in the same with the same logic. Of course, in Python you can have a direct function max, but you cannot use that because you need how many times it is broken. So that's why you have to go step by step only. So take the variable min equals to max equals to, of course, min equals to scores of 0, max also equals to scores of 0, of course min count comma max count, which must be equals to 0. And first time for I have to take I in the scores, each time the value. If I greater than max, 2 things to make max equals to I, at the same time max count, at the same time max count plus equals to 1. If I less than min, then min to be updated equals to I, and at the same time min count plus equals to 1. So finally whatever the answers you are getting, you must return them, return as a array. So return in braces max count comma min count. That's it. I think you can write simple in Python. Let us see the output. Any mistakes are there? We'll try first. No mistakes. 2 test cases passed, and we'll submit it. So all the 14 test cases passed. So you can see the code here I have written. So like this simple we can make it. So we'll see this subarray division in the next video lectures. Thank you.